what's burning for you guys that you want to go over on this on the show?
I'm pretty new to it, and I have a website and a new website. Well,
What's
it's
the
kind of been
website?
up and down. It's called Sonas, SONAS denim, DENIM.com.
Okay, cool. Well, we can go over that if you'd like.
I'd love it. Yeah, that would be amazing.
Okay. Okay. And what about you guys?
I run a popular fishing and spearfishing site, but I can't seem to crack the 100,000 page views a month.
Okay.
So I've actually, if I see your book, The Art of the SEO, I read that a long time ago. So now I'm like, I've used your principles, and I've gotten to a spot where I can almost hit 100,000, but I can't get over the hump. So maybe we can chat about some of the strategy and see what I'm going wrong.
Yeah, we'll get you over that hump. What's the website?
Castandspear.com. CASTANDSPEAR.
Okay. Cool. We'll go over that. And Nick, we went over your site last time, but is there anything else that is burning for you?
No, I'm just going to listen today. Thank you. And I'll tell you a little bit at the end if we get time about what happened last week, but perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
What is your site, Nick, anyway? I'd still have to put it down.
It's called Noah Face, NOAH face.com. And it's not actually mine. It's the company I work for. So.
Sure.
But we spent almost the whole show on it last week, and it was really incredible. And Stefan will tell you that he has a YouTube channel, and if you want to see what was discussed last week, you can always go to his YouTube channel because all these shows are taped.
Oh, cool.
And Harry, do you have anything?
Got another pen here.
I got it, Jesus. Hey, Stefan, I'm having trouble hooking my audio up. I'll be with you in a minute.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, let's get going, and I'll share my screen, and we'll start with Sonas Denim. Then we'll move to Cast and Spear. So the first thing I want to mention has nothing to do with SEO, but I think it's very conversion related, and that is the use of a pop-up to get people to sign up for your email list. I prefer an exit intent pop-up and one that's in the center of the screen and one that offers something of real value immediately instead of saying, well, we'll deliver value by sending you emails eventually, but for now, just get on our email list. If you instead offer an irresistible offer, let's say a free buyer's guide or a tip sheet or tool sheet or worksheet, workbook, planner, ebook, something that is probably a PDF download. And then, oh, by the way, we'll also be emailing you valuable stuff over time. That is a great way of getting people on your email list rather than saying, hey, sign up for our email newsletter.
Sure.
People are on way too many email newsletters as it is. They want to get off of email newsletters. And putting it in the bottom right corner isn't the best place to put it anyways. Yeah, so there you go. If you want some more best practices on pop-ups and how to do them, I have a little case study on my website on stefanspencer.com where I took I didn't take it. I advised Neil Strauss what to do, and then his team implemented my advice. But here, let's take a look. So we'll go to results and then go to this section called case studies. Here you'll see case study for neilstrauss.com right here. Increased conversions 125%. Here's the previous version of the pop-up, which was really ugly. And as you can see, it's red. Just screams to the amygdala, danger, danger. It also didn't look that inviting, and he didn't look that friendly, and it sounded frankly disingenuous. Like, you'll get his undying respect. Okay, for sure. I'll get that just by putting my name and email.
Yeah.
And this is the after version. Notice there's no place to put an email or a first name, and that's because that's for step 2 after you click the yes, I want access, which is really clever because that way you get sold on the value and it's a giving pop-up. Like, hey, we've
I
got
get
all
you.
this great cool stuff that we want to give you. Do you want it? Yes, I want it. Notice it's in first person. The button verbiage should always be in first person, not second. Worked really well. And as you saw, 125% increase in.
How much do you think the picture helped?
Hard to say.
Yeah.
I just knew that it was bad before. And
Yeah.
it was part of what needed to be fixed.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about changing a bunch of things at once.
Yeah.
If you really want to know what is going to change by what percentage, then sure, if you must, then do A/B split tests or multivariate tests. But if you know it's broken,
Right.
just fix it.
Yeah, makes sense.
If you want to test something, go ahead and test it. But if it's broken, I say fix it. And then you can go into a testing phase after you've fixed everything.
Yeah, makes sense.
Stefan, would you recommend any particular pop-up, any apps or pop-ups? I use Shopify.
I use Opt-in Monster, and I recommend it to my clients. It's inexpensive. It's got exit intent technology. Oh, by the way, the founder of Opt-in Monster, Syed Belki, was on my podcast, Marketing Speak, and he shared a lot of really great tips on how to optimize your pop-ups. So I would recommend you check out that episode, which is episode number 29. If you go to marketingspeak.com/29, that'll take you right there. And the whole transcript is posted here as well as the audio. All right, let's go back. I'm also noticing that the title tag on your homepage is Sonus Denim, all one word, and then www.sonusdenim.com, which isn't exactly the best keyword-rich title tag I've ever seen. In fact, there isn't a single keyword in there. If you wanted to rank for denim, for example, or denim jeans, or denim clothes, denim fashion, anything like that, where are those keywords? Even the word denim isn't present because it's part of the word Sonus Denim or Sonus Denim.com.
Sure.
And the title tag is the most important element on the page. It's given the most weight by Google. So definitely put some thought into that.
Definitely.
And if you're trying to figure out what keywords that are denim related should I try and rank for, there is a great tool that I recommend called Moz Keyword Explorer. Let's go ahead and log in, and then I'll show you how to use it. We're going to start with the word denim. And we'll see what phrases that incorporate denim show up. Denim by itself, 6,500 to 9,300 searches. We can sort by monthly volume and see that jeans by itself is 24,000 searches. Denim jacket, 12,000 roughly. Denim, 7,000. Blue jeans, 4,000. Denim jacket men, 2,500, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so there are a bunch of keywords here you might want to look at. Once it starts getting into the 200s and below, probably isn't worth putting a lot of energy into targeting those, because that's across the entire United States in an entire month. Pretty small number of searches. And these guys pride themselves on having good, solid numbers, like within 95% accuracy. So denim shorts might seem like a good keyword until you look it up, and then it's 218 searches. It's not going to be tens of thousands of searches. As far as accuracy is concerned, it's still going to be in the hundreds. It's not going to even be in the thousands, at least not this time of year. There is seasonality to take into account after all. And in the summer, you'll get a different number for denim shorts than you would in the middle of the winter. There are other tools that give you keyword data besides Moz Keyword Explorer. I just really like Moz Keyword Explorer. It's my first go-to tool for keyword research, but I also use Ahrefs. I use SEMrush and keywordtool.io and Rank Ranger Keyword Finder. I use a bunch of different tools. So let's have a quick look at Ahrefs, and I'm going to put in sonusdenim.com into this tool rather than a keyword. I could put a keyword in here, but I want to just start by looking at what keywords you're already ranking for.
Okay.
Let's see. Sonus Denim only has 80 searches a month, but you are getting some traffic for that. Sonus Jeans, Sonus Fashion, Sonus Clothing. Yeah, these are not very popular keywords.
Right.
The biggest one is Sonus, 1,800 searches a month. That could be people mistyping.
Sure.
Sonus, like a different Sonus. SONUS, for example.
Or that SONOS, which is the
Music site.
exactly the music, yeah, which is pretty big.
Yeah. Let's look at your organic traffic according to Ahrefs. Yeah, it's really small. Looks like something happened about a year and a half ago almost.
Yeah, I basically closed down the website.
Oh, okay.
And then I just literally restarted again.
So what happened?
Oh, I've ran out of funds and had to go back working for someone else. And now I'm just basically signed a lease in a store and I'm getting back out there as we speak.
Okay. Well, great.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Best of luck to you for that. Okay. So did you put anything up, or it was an under construction page, or we're out of business page, or you just took the domain offline, or what happened there?
I basically took the domain offline.
Okay. Yeah, that's a bummer. Because if you would have kept something running on there, that would have been better. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I had like another name, but Sonus was gone. I got it back, but yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right. If we go back in time,
yeah,
and look at what keywords you were ranking for.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the first episode.
Sorry, that was me.
Okay, no worries. Okay, so let's go back to, well, actually, I don't know if that's worth doing because you only ranked for about, at your peak, a few hundred keywords.
Right.
So let's look at a competitor instead. Give me the name of a competitor, or the URL.
Okay, we'll just say rag and bone, or AG, and bone, BONE.com.
Okay. Don't know that that's the right website URL. Rag and Bone. It's rag-bone.
Yeah, rag-bone.
Okay, that looks a little healthier. Okay. 100,000-ish visitors per month from Google. And they rank for about 46,000 keywords. Let's have a look at their keywords. Of course, it's the brand keywords here at the top of the list.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to try to rank for those, but let's look for some non-brand keywords. Nothing really so far. You can also filter by a keyword like denim. So let's do that. Denim. A lot of brand denim recyclers. That's interesting. Everything else is rag and bone and denim recycling and denim recyclers. So let's try something else. Let's try going to.
Stefan, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
'Cause I think Jerry's got an amazing product that's just waiting to really take off once he gets in front of the right folks. But so we're looking at Google, and we can improve his ranking tremendously, right? With the right strategy. What about things like Instagram, and some of these other things? Because I know Kenny Aronoff wears his jeans, right? And Kenny's got a huge following, and there's so many. Do you think, is this a place where influencers might work? Is there ways to up his search in some of these other platforms?
Instagram could be a good opportunity. It's not my forte, but the thing about social media is, for the most part, it's a flash in the pan. You have to keep very active on there, because something that's 3 weeks old is going to do nothing for you. Nobody goes past several days back in time. Like, when was the last time you went into Twitter or Facebook or something and looked back 2 weeks ago at somebody's posts?
Excellent point. So would you try and steer them to the website, or how do you do more engagement, right? You try and get them to follow you somewhere, probably, right? And then you have to constantly. That's a good point about the social media. Got to think about that.
Yeah, so Pinterest tends to do really well for clothing and fashion. And it's more of an evergreen opportunity. You can have pins that generate views and clicks months or even years later. So that's an interesting opportunity. The click-through rate is pretty low from Pinterest, so don't expect a lot of traffic. But if you have really cool fashion images and video that you want to push out on social media, I do recommend Pinterest. There's a lot to getting Pinterest right. I actually have a case study about Pinterest on stefanspencer.com. If you go to the same area, results, and then case studies, you'll see there's a case study where I helped my client Everypedia get to over 1 million monthly viewers in Pinterest. And they were at 0, well, 31. 31 monthly viewers when we started in October of last year. And then we got to, over 1 million about 8 months later.
Stefan, would you say Pinterest is more of a specialist fashion rather than mainstream fashion? Is that a fair assumption?
I don't think so. I think it's equally valuable.
Okay.
Whether you're a specialist or you're mainstream.
Okay.
Things that are very visual, like beauty, fashion, crafts, wedding planning, all that sort of stuff does really, really well, especially if it's at all female targeted. Yeah. Definitely skews female on Pinterest.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see we did a lot of growth there in that 8 months.
Stefan, if I wanted to, say really specialize, like kind of a lot of the folks who wear my jeans are kind of rock and roll community, like kind of the Burning Man community, that would I just add in the likes of, rock and roll fashion, Burning Man fashion, rock and roll jeans, rocker jeans? Would that be the type of...
Does that get you any search volume? If nobody's searching for those keywords, then no, it doesn't matter. So rock and roll fashion.
Yeah.
Let's try that. Rock and roll fashion. I'm not expecting much here, but let's see. 50 to 100. That's it.
Wow. Across America. Imagine. That's crazy.
In a whole month.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
And you can try different variations like rock and roll fashion.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting anything better than what we just saw.
Stephen, it might be helpful to kind of educate them on search intent, because rock and roll fashion might be a weird thing for somebody to type into Google if they're looking for denim jeans, but they might type in what to wear at Burning Man. And that would be a very popular article, because you can have, 5 things to wear at Burning Man, and one of those things being your denim, and you can have a whole bunch of these different informational articles that then lead to add value to somebody's life, but it also sells your product, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So you think of earlier in the buyer journey, if somebody is trying to solve a problem and or they're in a particular buying mode or research mode or whatever, and what kind of question are they thinking of? For example, if you're I think I gave this on a previous show as an example. If you're an expectant parent and that's the ideal audience for your company sells baby furniture, and the obvious keywords of baby furniture and baby bassinets and baby cribs and so forth, you've already covered those. You're looking for new opportunities. A great opportunity for a keyword is baby names, which is massively popular, probably too competitive to rank on page 1 for, but maybe some torso terms that are related and not quite long tail, but more in the middle, like baby name meanings or baby name definitions or baby name trends or cute baby names, etc. So if you're thinking along those lines of, I want to get earlier in the buyer journey, because that's the first thing that somebody is going to search for in Google when they come back from that first ultrasound and they've found out the sex of their baby, they're going to search baby names, right? They're not going to be searching for baby cribs. Mm-hmm. So how do you get the attention of that audience so early on in the journey? You need to figure out what your equivalent of baby names is.
I get it.
Maybe it is related to Burning Man. Maybe it's related to making a fashion statement, or
Sure.
what to wear to a rock concert, or I don't know,
No, I get it. Yeah.
So one free tool that you might want to use to get the ball rolling with your brainstorming is a tool called alsoasked.com. I love this tool. It gives you all these questions that are based on the people also asked box in Google. If I put in denim here as an example, I'm going to get from this tool all these questions people ask according to Google, and then those answers you'll see in the Google search results. But I just want to see the questions right now for brainstorming purposes, for keyword research, maybe for content planning. Say I want to come up with an FAQ page or blog post ideas or video ideas.
Wow.
It's pretty cool. Sometimes it takes a little while for this tool to run, but hopefully it'll be done here shortly. Also, if you think in terms of the different types of keywords, include where they are in the funnel, or where they are in that process of figuring out whether it's a solution that they're after, or a problem they're after, or they've already figured out that you're the solution. So there's this acronym called UPSIDE that I think it was coined by what's his name? Not Rob Burns. Who was the other guy? Anyways, his name escapes me, but UPSIDE stands for unaware, problem aware, solution aware, your solution aware, and then decision. So where they are in that spectrum. If they're problem aware, they know that they need to solve. They know the problem. They just don't know what the solution is. If they have an overheating data center, that's the problem. If they know that there's a solution and that's replacing the AC unit, then they're searching for the solution. There are other solutions too, like replacing the web servers that run cooler, and thus you don't need a new AC unit. And then your solution would be the brand of web server or the brand of AC unit. Okay, so there are different ways of slicing and dicing this keyword research. Anyway, so here we have, is denim a jean? Why is denim so popular? Is black denim considered jeans? What's the difference between denim and non-denim? What do ripped jeans symbolize? How can you tell if denim is high quality? I could just take one of these and click on it, and that would recenter it. Make that the question that then provides a whole bunch of sub questions underneath it. Is 100% cotton jeans good? What are the top 10 brands of jeans? What are the most expensive jeans, et cetera, et cetera. So that many of these won't be good questions for you, but
Sure.
some of them will be. And it just depends on the quality of how you start. If it's, in this case, denim, or jeans, or blue jeans, or blue denim, or let's actually try this with Burning Man. That should give us some interesting questions. Do you have any content on your site about Burning Man?
I don't yet, no.
Do you have a blog?
I don't.
Okay. You need a blog or some sort of area of your site for content that's not product content.
Not product content, okay.
The reason why is because not everything is going to be product related that you're going to want to write about and try and target keywords for. Unless you have Burning Man pants or something, then how are you going to target Burning Man festival related keywords. What to wear at Burning Man. Unless you have a product called what to wear at Burning Man, how are you going to target that keyword phrase?
Okay, I get you. I get you.
A lot of
this
good
is
questions
great.
here.
Thank you. This
Yeah.
is
Just
and the more pages you have to your site, the better, because think of each page as a virtual salesperson. The more virtual salespeople you have, the better shot you have at ranking.
perfect.
Just a thought on what to wear at Burning Man. I think it's a really interesting thought is if you get in the minds of the Burning Man visitor, right? I would imagine the person most interested to ask questions about Burning Man would be first trip to Burning Man, right? As opposed to what to wear, right?
SONAS. Yeah.
Oh, so, yes.
Right. So if you think in the buyer journey, as you were saying, if the visitors to Burning Man is really the target, maybe it's what you would never use these words, but really what the cool kids are wearing at Burning Man, or what the novice at Burning Man needs to know, or, you know, getting into that sort of mindset and then creating a link from that might be an interesting way to do it. And I know we haven't done you haven't done John's site yet, but when you were talking about Pinterest and the female focus, I just wonder in the cast and spear what the female market is. I know it's mostly dominated by men, but how do you get into the mind of the female fisherman or spear fisherman or whatever? And so I'm just thinking, what is the right vernacular and phrases and questions and search terms to get people there? That's what I was thinking. So for what it's worth.
Yeah. Okay. Before we move on to the Cast and Spear site, a few quick tips on title tags. If you were to change the part here at the end that appears on every title tag to Sonus denim, just as 2 words, then you would have denim in every title tag. Because right now you don't have denim in any of these title tags.
I get you.
Jackets, jeans, products, vests. How sad that denim doesn't appear in any of those.
I get it.
Now, it's not the right word order. It'd be best if denim vests appeared instead of vests dash Sonus denim, because you got vests before denim, which is not going to help you with ranking for denim vests, but it's better than what you got right now.
I get you.
That's a simple fix.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's
Brilliant.
enough to get started. We didn't even cover link building, and that needs to be part of what needs to happen as well. But we'll save that for another time. Come back for another.
I will. This is amazing.
Time.
Thank you so much, Stefan. Appreciate it.
Bet. You bet. Okay, let's go to what is it? Cast and Spear.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you guys for your patience as well, everyone.
No worries, man.
Yes.
Well, we want you to succeed. We want you to crush it out there.
I don't have a pop-up, unfortunately. I used to. I should put one back.
Yeah. I would make it exit intent.
Okay.
So you don't annoy people, and also make the settings so that it's not every single time somebody visits.
Mm-hmm.
If they've seen it already in the last week, then I wouldn't present it again, for example.
Okay. Yeah, I have it all set up in Elementor. I should just re-enable it.
Okay, you don't have a knowledge panel, but it says that you were in Wikipedia.
I have contributed in Wikipedia.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a stretch.
Okay. I would remove that. Anybody can be in Wikipedia, supposedly. From the outsider's point of view, it's like, isn't that the encyclopedia anyone can edit?
Funny part is, it's hard to edit.
It is.
Like, as soon as you try to edit, they if it's not good quality, they'll take it right out. So
I know, but it's
I
not
get you.
impressive.
Perception wise.
It doesn't look like social proof.
For sure. I get it. That's an old
Yeah.
thing. I should remove it. My homepage isn't my most viewed page, but yes.
So what would be more impressive as far as social proof?
That middle one's pretty good because anything that's government related is pretty hard to get.
Okay.
But I can
Do you
go
have
through.
any mentions? Like AP is pretty good. AP is very good, but yeah, let's actually do a quick search on Google News to see if you have some more impressive.
I do a lot of contributions to Haro. So,
Okay.
you know, a lot of times it's just mentions in random articles that get published on fishing or spearfishing or.
Is this the AP article?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Were you mentioned in Forbes?
Yeah, I have a pretty big TikTok. So they're asking like why. Early on, they're asking, is it even relevant? And I'm absolutely.
Oh, that's good. So Forbes should be on the homepage. Why is it not?
Like I said, it's a little bit old and outdated.
Okay.
So we're chatting. I need to go back and update a lot of things.
So we got Forbes.
All great points
to add. Deeper Blue, is that?
That's pretty big in the scuba community. So yeah, I should add that one too.
Yeah. When you click on it, it doesn't do anything. I would make it clickable and go to your media page, your press page.
Okay.
Do you have a press page?
I have that on my list of to-dos. Okay. I don't have a press page yet.
So here's an example of a press page. This is my client, and he didn't have a press page either, and he didn't have these as seen on logos until we started working together. Notice it takes you to his media page. And doing some Google News searching like we just did, he was able to find all these mentions of his company and his website.
Perfect.
Really impressive list there.
Absolutely.
Okay, so is this really the most compelling kind of value proposition or explanation of Cast and Spear?
No, it definitely doesn't strike a emotional nerve and get them to do something that I want. I mean, relatively recently, I opened up a shop. I'm kind of just like looking at what I have built and now trying to figure out how I want to kind of lead people through the journey. Like I don't have a start here page. I don't have a lot of different things. I just have a lot of content. So now I'm in the process of trying to organize that content that makes it user friendly.
Okay. I think the homepage is an important page, and it's worth investing the time in thinking this through. I really like the model that I learned from Clay Hebert, which is Verb Your Noun, for presenting a value proposition or presenting a invitation on your homepage. Verb Your Noun. Like, for example, if you were a I don't know, let's say a mortgage broker, fund your dream. Right? That's for the visitor. Oh, wow. Okay. Fund your dream. Yeah. That's my dream home. And I could fund that by using this mortgage broker. Okay. That sounds really cool. Or in the case of one of my clients that has a wearable device, it helps you to feel good by wearing it. Choose how you feel. Verb your noun. What would be an example of a verb your noun for you and your audience?
Shoot. To me, it would have been like feel your adventure or something along, like the whole point of Cast and Spear was to get people back in touch with their hunter-gatherer side, to feel like they are part of nature, and then find a little bit of clarity. And then fishing was just kind of like the byproduct to find yourself. So it's something in that area. Not the best copywriter.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll have a thought about it though. If anybody else has an idea, I'd love to hear it.
How about take part in the adventure, or choose your adventure, or I don't know, something along those lines?
Yeah.
Or something like, teach a man to fish. You know that one. Yeah.
Call me Jesus. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Okay.
It's water related though, isn't it?
Yeah, I try to do everything around the ocean.
Right.
So whether it's spearfishing or fishing, the hard part though has been organizing, because there are all these different communities. So it's, everybody says the riches are in the niches, and find your specific thing that you're targeting. I've been too general this whole time. So I'm trying to find the exact niche that I can kind of carve out for myself and then expand. I've kind of gone willy-nilly, not enough focus.
And just an aside, of your business, what percentage is cast versus spear?
It's about a nearly 50-50 split between spearfishing and surf fishing.
Okay.
I mean, I like to do spearfishing more, but it's not, spearfishing in itself isn't a monster community. That's the problem. It's like fishing dwarfs spearfishing in terms of anything business related.
And is the person who goes surf fishing versus the person who goes spear fishing, are they the same person? Or
no, that's the problem. It's like the subgroups within fishing, especially here in California, is immense. Like you can have a spear fisherman, and very rarely will they overlap to do any kind of surf fishing. Most likely they'll do a boat fishing, but then there's like X number of things that are just crazy. So it's been hard, because like I'll make a video, for example, on YouTube about spearfishing, but that turns off a lot of fishermen. So it's kind of, I just like fishing, catching the fish and being sustainable about it, like take what you need, think about the environment, but yeah.
Are you familiar with the concept of EAT?
I forgot what the experience, authority, something.
Expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yes.
Okay.
Is Google 100% on the EAT model?
Well, they did mention it in their quality raters guidelines.
Did they?
For the human reviewers that they employ. So yeah,
Gotcha.
They came up with it. Gotcha. I have an article about EAT.
When it came to EAT, I just thought about making sure I had a really decent About Us page, and then I haven't really thought much more past that.
How many contributors do you have?
It fluctuates. Usually it's about 3. Are you talking about contributors out, like, are people that are on my team, or you're talking about people who
contribute to articles that are written in their name?
It's usually like 1 or 2. I have a lot of people who are experts who would, I would talk to and then get their ideas and then put it in the article, but I don't have them write for me per se.
Okay. So you're, as far as Google sees, you're the only writer, the only contributor to the site.
There'd be one other person. It'd be my editor.
Okay. So this is an article I recommend reading when you have a moment.
Okay.
wrote this last year on EAT for Search Engine Land. I explained that the T part of it is the hardest to crack. And let's actually look at your trust in Majestic. Yeah, this is needing improvement. Your trust flow is a 20 out of 100, and that's on a logarithmic scale, meaning that it's like a Richter scale, not 20% of the way to 100, but maybe a few steps up a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And you only have 420 websites that link to you. I would have expected a lot more than that.
I mean, I only started 2 years ago. I mean, I know a lot of people in my space pay for links and all this other stuff. I've kind of just done it more slow and outreach to people, but I get what you're saying. Now, how different is
Give me an
trust flow?
example.
Example of what? I was gonna say, how different is trust flow compared to Ahrefs, like domain authority? Is that similar, or is this like a totally different metric with a whole bunch of different
It's a different
inputs?
metric. See, domain rating in Ahrefs DR doesn't show trust broken out.
Mm.
You don't see the difference between power, importance, in other words, versus trust.
Mm-hmm.
And EAT includes trust or trustworthiness, and we need to measure that somehow. Majestic and link research tools are the only tools that break that out from the overall authority metric.
Gotcha.
Oh, hey, John.
Yes.
I just looked at our website on Majestic, and just to make you feel good, you got 20 and 32. We got 5 and 23. So.
Oh, and by the way, you want to be, yeah, thanks, Nick. You want to be more trusted than you are important. And that's the opposite for you. You've got
Gotcha.
20 and 32. I would much prefer to see that 32 over on the other side. Okay, so give me a competitor that does a lot of link building, or is somebody who ranks really well.
Somebody who ranks really well would be saltstrong.com.
Okay. Yeah, not really impressive. Give me another one.
BD Outdoors.
Better, but not fantastic. Let's just do a search for fishing magazines. Like Field and Stream or something like that. There's got to be some that's really huge.
Yeah, I'm sure Field and Stream would.
How about sportfishingmag.com?
Sure.
Okay, that's not too bad. See how they're more trusted than important. 1,500 websites. That looks pretty good. So let's reverse engineer where they're getting some of their best links from. We're going to use the link context tool. International Game Fish Association. Are you a member of that?
I am. I just haven't been linked to from them.
Well, let's see if we can get you a link onto this page. Apparently, Sport Fishing Mag has a link in the footer or near the footer down here in this part of the page.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a very powerful page. Look at that. 65 trust flow just for that page, not for the entire domain, but just for that page. Maybe it's a sponsorship status. They had to be a sponsor in order to get that link. I might become a sponsor if it's reasonable. MiamiBoatShow.com. Again, they might be a sponsor in order to have that.
I'm sure a lot of these are sponsored. And then a lot of it also is just being around for so long. You know, it's really ingrained in the community. Like, it's a pretty tight community. So I'm relatively a new player on the game. So not that I'm making any excuses. I do want links from all these. It's just sometimes it's hard to get links. People are like, oh, what are you talking about? Why do you need a link from me?
Well, you got to make it their idea.
Yes, I agree.
Somehow you need to collaborate with them in a way that it would be foolish of them not to link to you. If you guys were working collaboratively on a project, you guys did some sort of great video competition, and you want to get the word out, and you're both posting on your websites about it, on social media and everything, it would be remiss for them not to mention you as the other partner in this project, and for them not to make that a link.
I agree. I think
that's just an example. So no, I know
that's huge. That's huge, though. That's my biggest Achilles heel has been link building, honestly. Like, I have processes down for making content and all that kind of stuff, and hopefully do good interlinking as best as I can, and, you know, constantly improving. But you're right. It's the backlinks, because that's the other half of the equation that's been my Achilles heel.
Yeah. So what would be, do you think, the most link-worthy piece of content that you've created on your site so far?
Probably like the surf fishing gear guide would probably be one of them. One of the gear guides would probably be decent.
Okay. Looks like your homepage is the most linked to page, and then the Dorado fish page, then the best catfish baits, and then the best saltwater fish rods.
Yeah.
976 tuna, the ESPN of California sport fishing. 5 best fishing rods for 2020. Since you have a podcast, this could be a really good opportunity for you to get links, because podcasters like to link to other podcasters. It's like bloggers like to link to other bloggers. So if you aren't part of their community, then you're much less likely to get a link. What was the biggest podcast that you've been on?
I haven't really been on too many. I've had a lot more people on mine. I have to get more on theirs. There's so many things to do. This is my side project.
Okay, well, let's make this one of the first things that you do for your side project. Okay.
Okay.
Here's a tool called SparkToro. You can use it for free in a limited mode, but let's have a look at cast and speed. What are you more popular on social media, would you say, or with your website?
The website fluctuates between like 40,000 to 100,000 page views a month, but my TikTok is almost 300,000. I'm trying to build up my YouTube, because I think YouTube's for the long term. But I try to have, so my theory on everything is the website is what you own. So everything needs to kind of go to your website, and to get those emails, so then you can have, you know, push helpful things in your store and whatnot over time. Everything else is, it's like SEO is the base. It takes the longest, but it's, in my opinion, the most powerful. And then you have YouTube, which is the second largest search engine, which is your next layer. And then like podcasting is great because it builds trust in the earlobes of people. But then everything
It
else
also
like
builds links.
and also builds
It
links.
also builds links. Yeah.
And then everything else is social, which is like brand awareness, and you're trying to add value, but to get people to know about you, but then hopefully get them interested in your other stuff, and then it goes down the funnel.
So are you aware of these podcasts? The people who visit your website listen to these podcasts.
No, I
You
haven't
should
heard of
try to
any
get
of
on
these.
some of these shows. If they're relevant, right? This is a very small audience of people that it's based on. If we put in your YouTube channel instead and say follows the social account. Yeah. What's your Twitter?
Oh, non-existent.
Okay.
It's just Nets, Cast and Spare. Everything is / Cast and Spare, but I don't have many followers on it, so I don't think it'd pop up anything.
Yeah, again, really small. Okay. What you might want to do then is put in a competitor like, what was it? Sport Fishing Mag?
Yep.
What's their Twitter? Sport Fishing Magazine. Let's see. Sport Fishing Mag. Okay. I know we got to wrap up here in a minute. I do have a call at the top of the hour here. So
appreciate all your help.
Yeah, you bet. We're only cracking like just the surface layer right now. But 5,800 people who are part of this audience follow Sport Fishing Mag on social media, not just Twitter, but social media in general. Connects up all those different social platforms. We are Collegiate Bass, Matt Luna Fishing, the Catch Fish podcast. These are right up your alley.
Yeah,
you should
absolutely
be getting on all these shows.
Do you kind of, when you try to do your pitch to them, just try to establish the communication, talk back and forth, figure out something to talk about, or do you have a set kind of, these are the 3 things that I can
just get them on your show first?
Gotcha.
Just get them on your show first.
Okay.
And dazzle them with your brilliance.
Gotcha.
Make it the whole point of getting them on your show is to get the invite, make it their idea so that they want
to get that
you
reciprocity. I get you.
Yeah. But it's not just reciprocity. It's like, wow, this is just like such a great conversation. We should continue this on my show.
Gotcha.
We should be doing an episode on my show.
John Livesey can give you some advice on that too, John.
Absolutely. He's awesome with that.
Stefan, incredibly insightful, as always, man. Thank you for all 3 of these guys. I think.
Yeah. Oh my God. And you just scratched the surface, as you said. It's blown me away.
All right. Can I ask a quick question
Right,
before we lose you, Stefan? And I probably.
Well, I'm late. Technically, I'm late.
I'll reach out to you separately. Okay.
Thanks so much.
All right.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
All right, guys.
Much
Happy New Year.
appreciated. Happy New Year.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
See ya.
Thanks, guys. Nice meeting you as well, John, as well.